Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Kevin Brock
At 7 o'clock. And here we are, everybody. How
here we
about
are.
that? Right on time, freshly tanned and back from
Oh yeah.
Hawaii. Yes, indeed. Our co-host, the man that makes it all happen, Stony Stone, everyone. Stony Stone.
Kevin's got
Come
a
on
lot of
in.
energy today.
You tell us how you're feeling. Well, and I don't know about a lot of energy, but we've got a lot of built up stuff to talk about. What a great show this is going to be. Let's talk about what we're going to do on this show. We're going to talk about what's hot and what's not, steelhead fishing, salmon fishing, water flows on the Feather River. So stay tuned. We're going to give away another free rod. It was so popular last time. We had tons of people, 40, 50 some odd pictures come in of salmon caught for a free fishing rod. That was awesome. So we're going to hit the wheel today, the wheel of free, the
Yes,
free
sir.
wheel of fishing rod. We're going to touch. We're going to touch base on what's been going on in our lives for the real talk part. The last thing we're going to talk to a couple other people out there who have been ill lately, who are getting better. Warren, in particular. Warren, we hope you get better, brother. Man, he hasn't been able to fish because he's sick. And so we'll talk about what's going on the rivers, what to expect, what's coming up. But first, Stony,
Yes,
we are
sir.
glad to have you back here
Thank you.
in the lovely state of California. Tell everybody where you were at and what you were doing.
All right, so I'm going to make it simple. We went to an Hawaiian island. Apparently, I had no idea where we were because I keep
Aloha.
telling people
Aloha.
different
Oh
places.
no, that's how. That's
It's
how.
yes, they do the aloha, but
Yeah.
apparently we were at Oahu and Waikiki, big city, touristy place, and we just flew out there to Oahu and spent 5 days there, and was the touristy thing to do, and didn't have a car, didn't have anything. Took a few tours, saw a luau, and hung out on the beach, took thousands of pictures, and just kind of decompressed and had a great time. So
Nice. Well, I like that. The two parts that I like about that whole thing is the spontaneousness of just going and doing it for you. The second of all, that you went with your wife and you guys had a great time together. So that that kind of just warms my heart that you went and did that. You've been so busy and things have been rocking lately, and so good job on taking some time for you.
absolutely, and people that follow, know me on a personal level know the challenges we've had over the last couple of years with battling cancer. And her second time with breast cancer, and came out cancer free. And so this was kind of like a celebration of that. So anyway,
Thumbs up.
not to put a downer on things, but yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Look, I got Kevin all choked up. He froze up on me. But gave me the two thumbs up and just froze. I don't know what happened. We lost Kevin. Hold on here. But
Speaking of physicians,
there
let's
you
get
are.
this out of the way right. Follow up different things. People who followed our stuff.
Hold up. We got a glitch here. You're speeding up, slowing down. I don't know what's going on.
Nice. That's
There you go.
great. That's great. I can go faster and then slower. That's fantastic.
Uh,
Wow.
anyway, I lost about 30 seconds of what just happened here, but anyway, we'll edit that out, maybe not, but
Is the fan behind me going real fast or is it going real slow?
it's going fast.
Oh, see, there you go. So we're good.
All right,
Yeah.
sweet.
So we're back in action.
Oh yeah,
So I checked into the old UC Davis for my checkup. Says the people that follow us along, like my medical stuff, just like you've gone through with your wife and you personal. And what's been really neat about the Real Talk,
so I don't know if
this
people.
little program, is not only do we cover some fishing, a lot of that, get a lot of information out. We also talk about some real issues that people go through. And the more we open up and talk about medical stuff or relationship stuff or just plain day-to-day stuff that the dude's got to go through,
It's life.
and we, life. Um, hey, Dave Mayo, welcome to the meeting, buddy. Hang tight and see if you win a fishing rod. And you know, it's opened it up more. I talked to a couple guys today that came in. Hey, thanks for sharing. I went through this with, my dad and blah, 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 blah. And it just opens up for people to talk about things. And what that is, when you talk about things, it's healing. It's a healing process. And no matter what, when you live in this life, you have to heal because life knocks you down. Life hurts you. You have things that happen that you got to heal from, and it happens to all of us. So, anyway, I end up in UC Davis a couple days ago for an appointment with one of the specialists. Now, I see a rheumatologist. I get 26 infusions a year to keep me alive. They are putting the port in. So because my veins, if you anybody know about infusions for a few years, your veins just they're just shot. And you know how many times I got to stick you and yada yada yada. So you just become like a pincushion. Anyway, I gotta make sure I don't draw out this story too long because we got too much stuff to do. But we were talking about this earlier, and the doctors are amazing. I see some of the most intelligent, brilliant medical minds in the field in California at UC Davis, the top of the top. And it's a teaching, university. It's a teaching hospital that has university people there. And so everyone's on their game. Okay. There's no slacking. People are on it. They're going, they're working together. Boom, boom, boom. This is how we help people. So I go in and I got my after visit summary, and I wanted to show this, talked about a little bit earlier. Now, I went in, waited for a while because they're busy. Obviously, I was on time. And I went to go see the rheumatologist. Now, the rheumatologist is a specialist, and they take about 6 months to see. If you have a referral, you got to wait about 6 months to see one. I've been seeing mine for a while. I've been through several rheumatologists at UC Davis over the years of retired people. I've been doing this now 10 years. So I know the system. But so it says instructions. Jonathan, yeah, I can't read his last name to keep the names safe. So it says, get your blood work done. So you're in the rheumatologist, but because they just specialize in that, you've got to go somewhere else to get your blood work done. Now, luckily at UC Davis, it's all together. So after I left the rheumatologist, they put in new orders and I went and got my blood work done. So we did that. Now it says, please call UC Davis Indian Chronology. Okay. So you call them, and that's to talk about rebuilding phone number. Well, you call that phone number, and that's not the right phone number. Here was my, I'll bend this over so you don't see the guy's name, doctor's name. I'm not putting him down or nothing like that. But here's my list. Okay, I went to the appointment. Now I have 9 things to do. The ninth being follow up in 2 to 3 months, right? Well, they set that appointment. Please schedule your heart ultrasound. Something's going on with my heart because it's just so open and all the blessings are flowing in. They don't realize what's going on with the EKG. So I got to go get that checked out. Now, here's a cool one. They finally have approved my speech therapy. When I got, you can hear how raspy my voice is. When I got this condition, it destroyed my esophageal, my trachea, all this makes all of your voice box, all this in here that makes you talk. They told me in the beginning I'd never talk again. It was destroyed. Now, I know some people are like, darn, wish that would have. I know. Well, I won't say this, but there's some people that I'm married to, my wife, that wishes that I wouldn't talk so much. But you know what I do? What I do. So, but it's supposed to get better. So they're going to try to strengthen that. That's awesome. That's the first time that's happened. But I got to go see them. So, and the PCP, which is your primary care physician. Okay, we got, because you don't need to say that because doctors have a different language. You have to, you and I would say, okay, I have a cut and it's bleeding. A doctor would say, you have a laceration over the second nerve ending, and it will be a viable stage blood intake, all these long words, viscosity, the viscosity of the blood flow. And you're like, dude, I cut my arm, it's bleeding. Okay. And they're like, oh yeah, well, I know that, but this is the language we have to speak because they have a different language because they're intelligent, I guess. I'm not putting doctors down. Don't get me wrong. It's just funny when you go in there and you get to know them. I'm like, just talk normal to me. Okay,
Layman's terms.
just
Layman's.
talk normal. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, don't forget the CT scans. So I called to get my CT scans of my abdomen, all that thing, to make sure nothing was going on. Oh, and then don't forget to call the neurologist because the medication that I'm taking, they're just making sure I don't have a stroke or, the muscles are starting to sag on this side of my face. So, oh, and but don't forget to call intervention radiology, not regular radiology, but intervention radiology is
Hmm.
not the correct number. And then you have to the order in, but yet, and people who have gone through the medical system are like, I know what he's talking about. I've been through that. But they have to wait for the proper order. So I had to call the rheumatologist back and say, hey, you put in the order, but you didn't put in the right order. So now you have to put in the right order the right way. So, all right, guys, we want your 2 cents on all that. Again, this is after I've been in the system for a long time. This is after my visit right there. That's what I've had to be doing, which takes you 8 hours to go through everything. Do they think we just have all kinds of extra time? Is
I,
that what it is? I don't know.
I don't know.
What is the suggestion? My solution is this. When you go in for an appointment, someone out there who makes up apps, makes up scheduling apps, someone out there, please humor me, make one for these big wig medical companies. Make one for the common people. You go in, you say, I have this appointment. The doctor says, you need to see this person, this person, this person, this person. Here's your homework. As he's doing that, as the secretary sitting there during your visit, they are typing that in. When you leave your visit, which you had to wait for, right? It's all set up. And if you have appointments back to back, the program puts you in to one and it sets up your appointment already. Why do we have to go through 9 different phone trees, 9 different secretaries, 9 different receptionists that connect you to someone else? You have to be your own advocate and you want to pull your hair out by the time you're done. And I'm patient. I'm very patient. And if you weren't an advocate, if you didn't follow these things, you would just fall off the face of the earth because no one follows up. Where's this program? Where is this someone? Someone help us out.
Right.
Someone jump in and do this. Yeah, this is an amazing. I'm not capable. I'm capable about catching you fish. That's what I'm capable about
There you
doing.
go.
I'm
Just keep
talking
it
about that.
simpler.
Yeah, yeah. But it's a simple program and you walk out the door, they say, there you are, Mr. Stone. We appreciate you coming in today. We value you. Thank you for being here. This is your next appointments for what the doctor referred you to. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. You walk out. Am I asking for too much?
No, I think
I
you're
don't,
asking for a
I,
dentist.
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I think it'd be fantastic.
No, it
And
wouldn't be.
believe me, and you can't go to these specialists unless you're referred.
You got to go through the gate. I call that refer the your what you called your primary care physician.
Yeah,
I
PCP.
call I call
Yeah,
him Doctor Google because
yeah.
everything they can do, I can do, and I'll say, "Here's a specialist I need to go to." But a lot of the times, I feel like they're just going to their office and googling what the because they're just the gatekeeper. They're just saying, "Yeah, they're there to give you an aspirin, check your temperature, get you some data, blah blah blah." But anything serious going on with you, they don't know what to do. They're going to refer you. So
Well,
go
then you have to go to a specialist.
right.
Yeah. So here, whatever you believe in, however we're made, you believe in God, they can't duplicate skin. They can't duplicate eyes. They can't duplicate saliva. All these things they can't duplicate, right? They can't make them in a machine.
Yeah,
We're put together the most brilliant minds on the planet, the most brilliant.
Kevin's internet keeps crashing today. I'm not sure what's up with it. He's so fired up on his medical. He's frozen right now, screaming at the screen. I don't know. Um, or it's my internet.
all that goes together. But nose, ear, and throat, your muscle specialist. Then you have a what? Bone specialist. A, I mean, you can just go on and on and on and on about different specialists, right? And they're brilliant. They're intelligent people, but that just shows you how common man is, and that God created us, and what a superior man being king he is. So that's pretty amazing to think about. Let's start talking about fishing, huh? Are you
Oh,
ready?
absolutely. Yep.
Where in Hawaii did you go fishing?
I did not go fishing. We ended up, I heard a whole bunch of horror stories about what happens out there in the touristy places, and I didn't feel like going on a boat ride. And they had a little bit of weather coming in on the couple days I did want to go, and I'm like, you know what? It's not that big a deal to go fishing out there. I'll spend time with the wife, and that's what I did.
Man, good for you. Hey, Jim Rue, how are you doing, buddy? Good to see you on air with us. Thanks everybody for joining. And again, we get people all the time on the air. So let's talk about what's going on. What's hot, what's not right now. The water temperatures are cooling, the air temperatures are cooling. Kids are back in school. What's going on? Less people are fishing, but the fishing's getting better. Let's first talk about salmon. King salmon on the Feather River. What rivers are open right now? The Feather River is open. The American River is open. The McCollum River is open. These all have bing, bing, bing. Freezing. Who's freezing? Dave Mayo, put a jacket on.
No, it's your screen keeps freezing up for some reason.
Oh, my.
I think
I've
it's your
got.
Starlink.
I have perfect reception.
Yeah, but it glitches for a minute and then it catches up, but we're working through it. It's all good.
Do we need to adjust the satellite?
I don't know if you can read your signal, but it's a
All
little.
right. Well, the signal says strong, but what we're going to do here before we talk about the three rivers that we're going to be fishing on, we're going to take a second for our station identification. So we're going to let our sponsors, which is Stony Stone, put in his commercial, and we will be right back. Don't go away.
Guess Kevin's gonna go adjust something, but yeah, it's still salmon fever right now. A lot of people are hitting the feather. Kevin's gonna talk a little bit about that. We've been going out. I didn't get out last weekend, but the last few times we went out, we definitely got on some fish and put out a few videos. If you go to my Facebook page under Fishing with Stony Stone or Old Farts Fishing or our Old Farts Fishing YouTube page, you can see a bunch of the short videos and past podcasts we've done with Kevin Brock. And if you guys have time on Monday nights, I know Dave Mayo's on there, and you can get on with my podcast, Fishing with Stony Stone podcast, where we bring in a lot of different guests. The one thing that I'm really passionate about is supporting local small business. If you're a fishing guide, we'd love to have you on as a guest. If you're a tackle shop or just a fisherman, you love to talk fishing, just hit me up. The best way to get me is through just look up Fishing with Stony Stone, look up Stony Stone. I'm not hard to find at all. Um, but check that out and get on the podcast as a guest. We've had Warren on, countless number of guides on every week. It's on Mondays at 7 o'clock. We try to have special guests. For you guys that follow me, we definitely talk a lot about catfishing. David Mayo and Warren won catfish tournament, the very first catfish tournament, something that I'm involved in as well. And now they've got the catfish bug and are in on these every other month catfish bash tournaments, and that's always a blast. And we got one coming up in October, and a full gamut of catfishing stuff to come up next year with lots of people doing tournaments and things like that. But we're chasing pretty big catfish and having a great time doing it. And I have no idea where Kevin took off to. He's probably outside trying to adjust the signal, and he didn't lose the signal because we're still there. I see a nice empty chair. Kevin's been putting in the work on the Feather River. I know he's going to talk a little bit about that when he comes back. I believe they're Steelhead fishing, if I remember correctly. They've kind of switched to that. I know I'm on the fence with taking my boat in the Feather. We'll probably doing the sack and switching gears to start fishing a striper. You got a few little honey holes there. on the sack that we like to hit. So our salmon season, how much salmon is enough salmon, right? I mean, we must have put 5, 6 salmon in the boat this year, and
Well, that's not enough salmon. And
for an individual, it's a lot of
we are back from our commercial break. Thank you very much. Not to cut you off. 5 or 6 salmon is not enough salmon. You should be salmon fishing every day.
Yes,
So,
sir.
uh,
So welcome back.
all right, and we're back.
Okay.
Thank you for the station identification. Did we get all our sponsors in there? We thank them for making the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you, Tony. And
Well, we want to give a shout out
so,
to Tackle Box for sure. I wanted to throw them in there as the tackle shop is definitely one that we throw out there. And then there's so many other places Kevin's products at, locally Johnson's Bait and Tackle. I can still find the stuff at Fisherman's Warehouse. It's in there. I don't know if it's old inventory, but it's still inventory. We find all kinds of stuff.
no, we're shipping to fishermen's all the time.
Perfect. Perfect.
And if you want to carry Kevin Brock stuff, then let us know, and we'll set you up. Also, great prices, great programming, all that kind of wonderful thing. So, how many salmon or too many salmon? None. I mean, no, I said none. You get your daily bag limit, and then you go the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. There's never too many days that you can salmon fish. So anyway, there's only 12 hours of light, and that's the problem. So the Feather River right now is the Department of Water Resources is letting out more water. Check the water gauges daily. They are kicking out more water right now. The flows are increasing. So everyone's like, oh, it's decreasing. The fishing's getting worse. No, the flows are going up, and that will make it more traveling fish. So it should just keep going. Yeah, look at that. Flow's almost 8,000. Dave, you are correct. It went to 75 today. So it's pumping in. So yeah, more flows. Spinners work more, get back in those traveling lanes. It's safer to run the boats around, keep salmon fishing. And the key thing is keep jumping in here every week, and we'll let you know what's going on. We do this on Thursday so you can set up your weekend trips too. So you can plan on Friday where you're going to go. So if it were me and I've been salmon fishing, haven't been salmon fishing for the weekend, meaning for you, um, boom, flows are up. It's clean. The water's going to be clean. Not going to be boom. Get out and get salmon fishing. Get back to that spot. Your spinners are going to work good. Back to the spots where you caught them before, and then you can see other boats inside and outside will work. So that is really cool. Same thing, spinners, Silvertron thing. They are catching them on plugs in different places. Now, don't for traveling fish. Remember, don't discount the old K14. Oh, don't discount the old K14. All right, and we got one of our questions from one of our listeners here is boundaries on the Feather. Where's the boundary? The Live Oak boat ramp down to the 99 bridge. Live Oak boat ramp to 99 bridge is still open. So lots of good water down there all the way down. That's Boyd's Pump. That's Star Bend. That's all the way down again to the 99, Highway 99 bridge, which there's some really great water up above there. Really great water. Traveling water. Don't forget the 14 size plug. A lot of the guys on these traveling fish, when the water's higher, remember, a lot of guys are using spreaders, which is awesome to use. You can use a slider, whatever you like, but run at least a 3-foot dropper, 3 to 4 foot leader on there. Use a heavy leader and just go to town, man. Lock them down and let them work. But that little number 14, he'll buzz out there real nice. He'll The spinner spins tight. That 14 runs tight too. Don't discount the 14 in waters from 7,000 up. It's a good little lure. Good little lure.
It's good information. Good to know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And you don't have to. You don't have. Right, whoa, what? You don't have to put a sardine wrap on it. You don't have to put a sardine wrap on it. It's better if you do, if you have good sardines, put just some good spray or some smelly jelly, spray bang on there, or some smelly jelly, whatever you want. Some Pro Cure bloody tuna, squirt it all over that thing and send it out. That's fine for traveling fish. So, yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, yeah. So that's kind of the Feather River thing. Um, for the salmon, for salmon, American River is down there by Watt Avenue. Lots of guys are catching some nice fish on the American. Some guys are flossing down there. There's a place where you can, cash out, floss the fish. Some guys are throwing small spinners um, in the blue colors, silver colors, catching some beautiful fish. Guys are sending me pictures of some beautiful fish. And then there's a few guys using bobbers and roe, that are on the banks. Some of the boat guys are actually trolling silvertrons up and down and jigging in the deeper holes, jigging with 1 ounce jigs. Doing great. Blue and chartreuse, those two colors have been the best. So don't discount the American River. The McCollum is not yet. Water's still too low and warm. Keep in tune. We'll let you know what's going on there as soon as that happens. The McCollum is not yet. But what comes in during or a little bit after the salmon start coming in, or towards in middle to end of September, is steelhead. Steelhead are a seagoing rainbow trout. A lot of fish in the Sacramento system, the American, the Feather, Sacramento, the Yuba. The fish are 3 to 5 pounds. 5 pounder being a big one. You get a 7 pounder once in a while, and you'll get some 12 inchers once in a while. Stuff like that. So, steelhead fishing. Guys are asking me about that a lot. What are something that is good to use for steelhead? Now, a steelhead is a fish of 1,000 casts. You'll catch more salmon than you do steelhead, and you know how many hours you got to put in for salmon. So, if you want to go catch steelhead, you got to put some time in. You're going to lose some gear. But small spinners, size 3 spinners in the Blue Fox, in the MEPS. I make one personally that you can get at the Tackle Box in Chico. That is a copper blade with little red dots on it. One of my favorite. I made that for the Feather River, for Feather River Steelhead. So if you're in the tackle store, ask about that. In fact, if you heard this podcast and you ask about this, well, not only if you buy one, we'll give you one free. How about that?
That's the
So come
deal.
in and be like, hey, Kevin was talking about some spinner for steelhead on the Feather. Buy one of them for like $3 and get another one for free. They work. I made those. We have thousands of spinners, but I made these ones specifically for the Feather River. So any type of small spinners work really good, but I like the number 2 or 3 size. That's a good size. Now, you do have to have a steelhead punch card. So make sure you have your steelhead punch card and you fill it out. The only fish that you can keep on the stringer are 2 fish, and they have to have their adipose fin gone. So you have your tail. This is your tail. Okay. That's your tail of the fish. Where my thumb is would be an adipose fin. If my thumb's there, this is the tail. Okay. I mean, use your imagination. That's the tail. Okay. All that's all connected. That's your tail. This is where the adipose fin is, where my thumb's at. If it's there, let him free, let him swim. That means he's an in-river spawner. Doesn't mean he's a wild fish. Oh, we're going to get some comments about this, but it's not so. He just was a descendant, a relative, an offspring of a hatchery fish that didn't get clipped. They cut this adipose fin in the hatchery itself. There, for a point in time, there were no steelhead at all, no steelhead returning. The hatchery program bumped it up So the hatchery fish spawned in the main river, which call it your in-river spawner. Okay. Then that fish hatched in the river, swam down, did not have an adipose fin clipped, fully intact, and came back. His parents, his blood, his genetics were from a hatchery fish. And that's not a bad thing. It's just something we have to realize that that's what it is. When we take out all the spawning area, we put in the dams, we don't have wild stock left. Okay. That's the way it is. It's been destroyed in low waters, hatcheries, all that. You can talk to the biologist about it. You can talk to the hatchery people about it. They'll all agree. Our wild stocks are gone and we are getting in river spawners. Anyway, now about that. But adipose fin here, if it's there, if the thumb's there, you got to let them go. If it's gone, no thumb, here's a tail, and it's all smooth right there. Man, take it home, lay it on the barbecue, got that baby. Man, get it all there, your barbecue all nice and hot. Put it on one side, get some of that Johnny seasoning, slice up some onions like that, slice a few lemons like that. Now you're already ready because it's on 600. It's as hot as you can get it. It's just sizzling, and the fins are curling up and getting crispy. Flip that trout over. Now what you do? Check this out. We got to do this on our one
We
of our
gotta do a
next
video on
videos.
this cooking one.
So you peel the skin up, and because you cooked it hot and fast, it kept all the moisture in the fish. So now the skin peels up. This right here is all the meat. You shake all your seasonings on there. You squeeze a little lemon on there. You put the skin back on there. You lay some onions on the top. Bingo, man, you're getting ready. 4 or 5 minutes later, that baby's sizzling on there. You pull it off. You peel it off with a fork. Some of the best eaten trout slash steelhead you'll ever have on these fish here because, again, they're 3 to 5 pounds. They're awesome eating. The hatchery puts them in there for you to take them. Okay, so you're not hurting by keeping any fish. It's what it's for. You can only keep two, so you're not going to wipe out the species. Plus, they're hard to catch. All right, you ain't going to wipe out the species anyway. But you can only keep two hatchery fish. Mark it on your punch card if you keep one. Just like there. The code for Feather River 1616. Okay. If you keep one, mark it right away. Okay. So, the wardens are out there doing a great job. Thumbs up to all the wardens who help us out there. But guys, mark your steelhead card. Catch a fish, put them on the stringer. If you're going to keep them, put them in your eyes, whatever. Pull out your card real quick. It's just in your front pocket. Mark it. Mark it real fast. And you're good to go. So that's it for the steelhead thing. The little spinners work. Now, I tied a row loop a couple weeks ago, and lots of guys are saying, hey, I appreciate you showing us how to tie a row. We've been practicing and doing that. You can do the same thing for steelhead or use a small glow bug or what we call a soft egg. Use something small in the 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter size, okay? On like his number 6 hook or number 4 hook. Okay? Are we still going through or are we freezing up?
Oh, you're good.
Thank you for the technical thing. We moved out the satellite around and I got my lady on the job and she's got her phone out with the app and she's adjusting so we can do that. Thank you, Roxanne, for that. So this is his number 6 hook. I'm going to find something to relate it to. So you see, number 6s are great. They're tiny. Like that. Number 6, let me see something here so you can compare it to something. Here's a pen. Here's a standard writing pen. Here's the hook, that size. All right, there, that gives you an idea of the size. 6 or 8, but I like 6s. 6s are good just in case you hook that 7 or 8 pounder. Okay, so that's cool. So you got lots of hooks. Run a 6-pound leader. 6 pounds, plenty strong enough. Now you can put a night crawler on that hook, throw a night crawler on, but as the salmon start to spawn, those steelhead really like salmon eggs. So get a little piece of salmon roe, hook it on there, cast it out and drift it through. They'll bite it really good. They'll bite, you'll feel them tug, 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 tug. Wait till you feel them like they got a hold of it. Wait for a tug, tug. Okay, he's got it. Boom, set the hook and keep it tight because he's going to come cartwheeling out of the water. Then you're going to be like, oh, I lost him. Oh, I didn't lose him. Oh, I got now he's under the boat. Now he's back. Now he cartwheels around. That is what's awesome about steelhead is they are super fun. So put in your time. It takes a while, but once you get the drifts down, you can use floats or you can use split shots. I set one guy up today with some floats, just a slip bobber where he casts out and it just floats down, a little split shot underneath that, bobber, and it floats down. Bobber goes down, excuse me, float goes down, reel down, set the hook, and you got him. That's a fun way to fish. And then if you're down there, ask someone else what they're doing. Guys are fishing from the low flow, from the Highway 70 bridge, all the way down, catching steelhead in every run right now, every run. So it's a pretty cool thing to do. And I guided also. So on our last guided trips, we've hooked anywhere between, 14 and 20 plus steelhead.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. I said, it's been really, really, really good. Really good. So if you want to book a steelhead trip, let me know too. We can do that. Um, boom, 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 boom. So that's steelhead. All the upper lakes, like Collins Lake, Lake Orville, uh, um, Don Pedro, um, Comanche, all these lakes are still Shasta, are still kicking out awesome trout fishing. It's not too hot. Sometimes the month of October is like the best big trout trophy time. So if you're going to a place, ask us or look up Google or whatever and find out a place and go fishing. It's a really, really cool time to go.
Very cool.
Things are really starting to pop. Davis is popping. Eagle will start going. I mean, it's just lots of cool stuff going on. Lots and lots of trout fishing to be had right now in the month of October. Lots of great. If you love trout, big trout, big trout that live in the lakes, cold water. They're coming out of the warm water. They're coming up more towards the surface. They're going to start packing it on. They're going to start feeding big time here, for the winter. So it's time to start catching those. So Almanor's good. Big Daddy's over there. There's guys all over the place. So, it's an awesome time to catch big trout. Steelhead. So there's lots of fishing opportunities going on. Lots and lots and lots of them. Striped fishing, stripers in the Delta, it's only going to get better. Those fish are going to start coming in from the bay and they're going to start bulking up. They're going to start dropping down from the rivers. They're going to get in there and they're going to start eating everything. That's when we'll go back to trolling Yozuris, the Kevin Brock lures, uh, the trolling tails. We'll talk about that probably here in about 3 weeks, really heavy. So we'll really start touching base on that, on trolling stuff and things like that. And I do have my new Yozuri plug trolling K-Brock rod in there. And today, when we spin the wheel for the rod, we may give that one out for a striper trolling rod. So that'll be pretty cool. $250 rod, getting ready to be a giveaway here real soon. So that's awesome. So, live bait is always number one in the Delta. Yeah, Dave, I can't wait for stripers either. But we still got salmon and steelhead to catch. Live bait is number one for stripers, then trolling, then casting swim baits, and then it just goes right on down the list. A-rigs, jigging, rattle traps, all that kind of stuff. Here we go. But next 3-4 weeks, end of September and October, we're going to keep targeting salmon, king salmon, steelhead. That's what I'll be doing, guiding steelhead. And then everyone's going to be targeting the big trout. So if you want to get in on that, let me know. Give me a jingle, give me a shout. We appreciate everything. Another thing that's going on with this podcast is we're getting lots of people to say hi, lots of people to say we watch the podcast, and we really, really appreciate that. So, yep. And then guys are putting in input, like, hey, that McCollum is going to get started pretty soon when the water starts coming up and it cools down. So yeah, keep on for information on that. And Warren will be feeling
What's
better here real soon.
what's going on with Warren? I saw something
He's
today. Is he okay? Is he
bronchitis or he's sick. It's not salmonella because he hasn't been fishing enough. And so you got to keep fishing every day to get salmonella. And he would like to be fishing every day.
yeah.
So he's a guy with good information. They hooked some fish and there was guys next to them that got fish. There's salmon being caught every day. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well,
Well, Sony, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? You think we're about ready to give away a
let's
fishing rod?
let's try this out. We did this last time and it
And
worked.
it worked.
And I'm going to share this. You guys, can you see this wheel now?
Hey, look at that. Now remember everyone, we are not taking any money for this. This is a 100% giveaway. There is no, and I repeat, no funds being taken. So this is not, I repeat, not gambling. This is just a fun way to do this, to give something away for free. So you have a 1 in 42 chance of winning a free fishing rod. uh, what was it? Kurt, buddy, he won a rod a couple of weeks ago, and it was
Right.
so popular. Everybody else, and so we're doing it again. You got to
Nice.
pick it up. You got to pick it up at the tackle box in Chico. That way, that works out good. But always be in contact if you're out of town because we got guys driving all over.
Absolutely. And the way we came about with this is we did a post a couple weeks ago on Fish Kevin Brock Facebook page and put a post with the K Brock logo and said post a picture of your favorite salmon that you got this year. And we had a bunch of entries, and I went in and pulled those. Now, some people shared that post and people commented on different pages, but they did not open the link and click on the right place. So it's important that you actually use the real link right from his page. If you go to another page and somebody shared it, it may not record properly. It has to be on his page. And while you're in there, give his page a like, and that helps grow his followers, and you get notified of all kinds of cool stuff. So,
Yeah, we're working on that, guys. We're doing the best we can do with all of that. Um, but this is the best way we found, the fairest way to do it. But remember, go on. We've had double this. Put put in pictures, double the people what we have up here. Put in pictures, but they didn't get on because they didn't hit the right link. And so try to do that, and we'll keep working on it to make it easier for you guys on this one too.
so here we go. You ready to spin this wheel? We're gonna go
Yeah,
spin.
let's do it.
There we go.
Let's do it.
Let's see. It's spinning.
The Wheel of Fortune. Drum roll.
And Michael Miller.
Mike Miller, huh? How about that?
So I will be reaching out to him through your page, and I think he's on my page as well. So I'll let him
Awesome, Mike.
know.
Hey, great job, buddy. Great job. And what I'm gonna do for you on this is pretty cool. And when you get it, we're gonna not only when you come in the tackle box, grab the rod, but we'll give you a reel to go onto that rod for half price.
There you
Half
go.
price. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pretty cool. So you can grab a reel and rod combo. So you can get a $200 reel for $100, and you can get a rod and a reel. So you can get a $500 combo for $100. Come on and see us, Mike Miller, to the Tackle Box in Chico. We will set you up, buddy. Thanks for supporting.
There you go. So make sure you like his page, follow along, and you'll see these things pop up every so often. They get posted on his page as well as the Tackle Box page. And yeah, congratulations. All
Yeah,
right.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. So
Pretty awesome.
what's next with you, Kevin? You got
Man, I'll tell you what, we got steelhead fishing coming up. We got salmon fishing coming up. Oh, and I got a little mechanicking story here because I
okay.
love telling mechanicking stories. So, last day of the Upper River salmon season, I got 6 guys. This is right here. This story right here is whether you believe in the power of prayer or karma or whatever you believe it. I'm not pushing this on anybody, but this is good things coming around. Check this out. We go out fishing, right? We got clients. We catching salmon. The guys are having a good time. Catch them. Hey, it's about 1:30. We're getting ready to head in. But let's go up and we caught a couple salmon in one spot. Let's go up and try that one more time, just to for kicks and grins. We got all kinds of fish. Let's see if we can get one more. Start up the big engine. Whoom, 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 whoom. I'm in my 25-foot sled. We got 6 people in the boat, 7 including me. Whoa, going upriver. We're coming up to a riffle, and a riffle is a real shallow spot. I'm talking, maybe 12 inches deep, maybe. Getting almost to the riffle, an alarm on my big engine goes off. Beep. Now it's going off over the sound of the motor. I'm like, what's that? Whoa! It shuts my engine down. Totally goes into what they call limp mode. Boom. And that's what it was. It just, so you don't blow up the engine, right? What happened? I got plenty of fuel. I got spark. I got oil. What just happened, right? We're not getting back home.
Oh no.
We're 5 miles downriver. I got 6 guys. We got fish. So I float back. We didn't shut down, not over my control. Man upstairs. We didn't break down on top of the riffle. If we would have, it would have hung up my boat and we would have been stuck on the riffle. Would have broke my transducer, would have messed up things. Who knows? Dented the boat. And now we're stuck in the water. Now I got to get my guys out of the water and get them to safety, right? How do you do that in the middle of a riffle? It stops before that. So we're floating back with the current. I start my kicker motor, which is a reserve motor. We use fish off of it, but it's still a safety motor. So I'm like, and I'm kicking. I'm like, hey Lord, I know my engine just broke down. Something happened to it, but let all this go smooth. Just help take care of us. I just need some help right now. I obviously broke down. I can't paddle back up. I can't do this myself. I need some help. So I slip over to the bank. I say, all right, guys, no problem. Everyone jump out for a restroom break. And by now it's almost 2 o'clock into the day anyway. And I go, I'm going to make some phone calls. I had seen another one of my buddies going upriver. Boom, I call him. I said, I won't use names on the air because this isn't to boast other people. It's just to show you what a great circle that we have. Not me, but just fishermen in general. Make a phone call. I'm, hey, buddy, where you at? It's like, oh, I just put my boat on the trailer at the outlet. I'm like, oh, man. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, my big engine just shut down. He says, give me a second. Calls his wife. He's got to go pick up his kids from daycare. Calls his wife. She calls Granny. Blah, 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 blah. Granny goes pick up the kids from daycare. We got that covered. What does he do? He puts his boat back in the water at the outlet, drives back down 5 miles. Takes him 20 minutes to get there by the time he launches and everything, right? During this time, what am I doing? I'm filleting all the fish for the guys. His boat pulls up to the place where I'm docked at because I'm broke down, but I found a place to pull the boat over. He pulls up as I'm filleting the last fish. I put all the fish in bags. I give them to all the guys. They all got their fish. They're happy. I shake all their hands. I'm saying, I'm sorry that they broke down, but here's your ride. They haven't missed a minute, not a second of their day. No one's been inconvenienced. They all load up. They back up. The boat takes off. And I'm like, oh, come on, get on plane. Because it was a smaller boat, 6 dudes is a lot of dudes. And they were all small guys. Whoa, whoa. They get on plane. He texts me when he makes it to the outlet. I've got a spare key on my truck. I make another phone call, blah, 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 hit the right people. Another guy goes down and picks up my truck from Orville, drives my truck to Gridley, okay, because that's the next boat ramp down. Gridley is a paid key. The person that picked it up, has the key. What do? I take off and go downriver with only a kicker motor through riffles and runs. And luckily for me, I've, been on the water a lot. Not that I can't make a mistake too, but if I make a mistake and go in too shallow water, I'm toast, right? One's coming to get, I'm stuck. I weave my way all the way down through riffles, through logs, kicking up the kicker motor, putting it back down. Well, as I pull into the Gridley boat ramp, the guy that took my truck down there is backing down the ramp. I take the kicker motor, put it up on the trailer, boom, boom, boom. I go home. Thank everybody. You want to talk about someone looking out for you, good fish karma. That is like, it couldn't have gone for a horrible situation. It couldn't have gone
Oh yeah.
any smoother. So then we do all the readings on the big engine oil pump. I order an oil pump, da da da. We put an oil pump on there. Nope, not the problem. So could be thermostats, most likely not, but one could have stuck open. Boom, pop out the thermostats, look at them, heat them up. They pop open, uh, and then as they get cool, one was stuck open, one wasn't. Okay, maybe that could have been the problem then, but most likely it's not the problem now. Because when we started again, still giving me the alarm. Oil's full, no leaks, check the hoses. I mean, everything that is telling me that it is 4 beeps, oil pressure, it ain't happening, right? I mean, I've wrenched on enough motors, plus I've had where we got Google and everything else. So on the side of the engine, there's an oil reservoir. Now, the pressure from the oil pump pumps the oil out of the main reservoir. There's 2 reservoirs, one's in the boat, one's on the engine. It pumps it from the main reservoir into the small reservoir and goes in the engine. Well, there's a sensor on there. So we pull out the sensor, we put a new sensor in, right? Okay, it's the bad sensor. What I didn't do is on the inside of this tank, which is built in, is a float. The float has a magnetic, little magnetic round piece on it that goes up and stops. And then when it's full, as it drops down, the magnet comes down. That magnetic gets close to the sensor. That sensor tells you whether you're out of oil. I'm on the phone with one of my mechanics, who's an awesome guy. I won't mention his name because I don't know if he wants his name mentioned. But thumbs up to you, bro. He's like, all right, we're doing this the old school way. Take off the sensor, take a paper clip, put it in one side, put it in the other, and try to start it. Start it, boom. Alarm goes away. I got power now. Paper clip, Stony, a paper clip, right? So we yank that off there. I happen to have a spare one. Imagine that. This is a container with a float inside of it for my motor. Had a spare. Pull the whole thing off, all the hoses, put the whole thing back on, ratchet it back on. I wish it was that fast. Plugged it in, plugged in the sensor, ran the boat. Runs like a top, just like that. My point being is in the worst of situations, never give up, never blame the universe, never blame God, never blame other people, never blame yourself of all things. Crap happens. Things happen. I didn't do nothing wrong. The oil was full. It was maintained. Everything was done right, properly. Things happen. Stay calm, stay cool. If you're religious, if you want to be religious, pray about it. You will say, hey, Lord, help me out, man. And he'll help you. Something will happen. And at least whatever help you'll get, you'll be calm inside. You won't be all anxious. Anyway, that's what happened that day. That's how the circle of the fisherman works. That's how the circle of good karma comes around. Good karma, good universe, whatever you believe in, I mean,
Yep.
so, you know, but it was pretty dang cool. Both running just as smooth as the top, catching steelhead out of it is an awesome deal. But thank you all those who helped us. You know who you are. And again, I don't mention names because we're not here to boast up people. We're here to give the glory to God. We're here to give those things happen because if I was a jerk to everybody, you wouldn't have friends that would take the time to do that. If you were a jerk to everybody, people wouldn't watch your show. So, bottom line, just do better.
Just do better. That's what I always
Stoney,
say.
that's yours. Just that's Tony's line. but be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind. And if you have conflict, which you're going to have, meet with the people and do the best you can do to resolve it. Shake their hand, tell them you love them, and go on your way. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And just try to do better next time. That's all you can do. But anyway, the podcast has been a hit. Thank you. What was the guy's name who won the rod? Michael
Michael Miller.
Michael Miller, thank you, buddy, for sending in pictures. Thank you, everybody. We've had in the Times probably all total over 100 pictures sent in, people seeing stuff, and we'll probably do. You know what? Probably in a couple of weeks, we'll probably do a striper one coming up. We might even do a steelhead one.
There you
But
go.
send in your. We're going to keep doing this because this is a lot of fun. Not every week, because I mean I'm just a fisherman dude. I don't have that many rods to give away, but we're still going to keep giving back. So we appreciate all of you. Stony, anything that you need to plug, we got to plug Johnson's. Johnson's got tons of our stuff. They got all our puffballs too, which we use for steelhead. Um, Johnson's supports us. The tackle box supports us. Um, Ace Hardware, all over. We got all kinds of Ace Hardware, but special thanks to the Ace Hardware in Willows. Those guys are awesome. Customer service, probably some of the best around. Thank you guys in Willows for supporting us. Um, I mean, and there's many, many more. We've got probably, you know, 40 or 50 stores all the way up to Lake Allenor and down that carry our stuff. So thank you for all that. Thank you, Fisherman's Warehouse, all you managers that promote our product. We're sending out orders to them, weekly, striper stuff and salmon stuff and things like that. So it's really rocking for us. And we appreciate all the help we've got. And we continue to support all those and do what we can do.
Good stuff. All good stuff.
I'm
Yeah,
out of water.
out of
I'm
water.
out of water. Out
I
of
think
water. Agua.
it's
I
probably
need
time
water.
to wrap this up. You're fishing tomorrow,
Let's
I assume, right?
let's wrap it up. Yeah, don't forget to tune in uh, on Saturday morning to Seps. He's not a sponsor on this podcast, but we don't take money for sponsors. So Sep has been a part of the industry for so long, and I've been on his show, his radio show, uh, California Sportsman, 1140 a.m. from anywhere between 6 and 8 a.m. Saturday mornings. And if you want to learn about bass, hit the Ultimate Bass program with my buddy Kent Brown. Shout out to those guys. They have helped me so much over the years. You talk about the circle of people helping you out. My goodness gracious. Anyway, we'll have a report on Saturday morning of what we've been doing, and that'll tee off there. And you want more information, tune into that. Who else can we thank? And we don't mean to forget anybody. But there's so many other people out there that have supported us over all the years, and no matter what, are man enough and to talk about things and man enough to continue to support us, and we appreciate that.
Very good. And then you can always catch the replay of this on Facebook. You go to Fish Kevin Brock's page on Facebook. You'll see it there. You'll see it on Tackle Box, Old Farts Fishing.
Old Fart Fishing. Don't forget to check into that one. And Fishing with Stony Stone, you see that in the back. That's on Monday nights. Sometimes I get involved with that. I get to be a guest on there. I appreciate that. And they're also doing a report on what they did over the weekend.
Yep.
So now I give a report on the week, what you can do for the weekend, and then we'll give you a report on what happened during the weekend. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool
Very
stuff.
All right,
Yep.
good stuff, brother. Well, I'm going to let you go, let
Yeah.
everybody go. Appreciate the guys that called in. Remember, keep calling in. We did talk a little bit about doing some platform changes. We're still working through that. For now, it's still going to be Zoom. One, there's a pretty big expense to make this transition I want to make. And just got to sort all that out. So if there's any cash sponsors that say, hey, we want to be a sponsor on your podcast and have a logo, a branding or something, give us a call. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's always a possibility too. And no, I mean, that's how things get bigger. I mean, you guys, that's how things happen. If they get bigger to where, we're on air or we're on different things, it all costs. It all costs money. We're not looking to make any money off people. Um, we're doing okay guiding and things like that. We want to give information, but to keep it going, to stream it live, to do more stuff, we might have to reach out for a few sponsors for the year. So if you want your logo or you want us to promote you guys, if we approve it, because we're not just going to take anybody just because they're going to give money. You got to be a reputable, good place too, and good people. But then we can move forward from there.
Sounds good.
It might not be a bad avenue to take to move forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're always coming up with new ways to get the word out and share and just connect with the fishing world and appreciate everybody's support and making all this happen. And you all have a good night. And until next week, we'll see you on the water. Thanks, Kevin.
Fish on. We love you all. Thank you.